What is up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So we have had a bunch of updates land today. Like you can see here on the screen, everything that has been updated, all of the heroes that have been buffed, and it might not look like that much, but those are whole families of heroes that have been given buffs. So it's a pretty meaty update. And we also have some pretty awesome news with regards to a gem summon, an impromptu gem summon, which I believe is happening tomorrow, although I can't see the calendar right now because I'm on the wrong page. But really actually quite a cool little twist on what we've been doing with having heroes or having an event. But what we're here to do is have a look at some of the buffs that have come about today. Hello, TMO. You can get lost, mate. Look at some of the buffs that have come out today in the Gem Summon Challenge. So I'm going to move myself over here into the corner. So hopefully you guys can see what is going on. So Maligna obviously has been letting us know what's been going on today. Big buffs. Right. So balance changes plan to go live today. They have gone live in game. I've checked my hero in game, or the heroes that I have from these families, and they are live. So the first of the updates is a humongous one to the Magic Carpet family. So the special skill effect, transforming ailments and buffs, replaced with new passive skills. That's not the big update, but it is actually really cool because now if you look at the card where it says transform ailments, so you know whether you've got the hero that transforms ailments or whether you've got the hero that transforms buffs. They're noted really nicely separately on the card. So I have Zaza and I pulled, I think it was Lily from the Magic family, the cat lady. And one of them does transform ailments. So Zaza transforms when she casts her special skill, all ailments are transformed into undispellable buffs. And then the other way around for the cat lady, I believe, or I could have it wrong. But where they transform buffs into ailments, it's noted really nicely as a passive on the card. It fits much better as a passive on the card. So yeah, I'm a fan of that being updated. And then obviously, they weren't getting enough power out of the Magic family heroes because they've seen fit to give the whole family additional special skills, basically, like added on parts to their special skill, which also help them in quite a few different ways. So for Alyssa, we can see, we'll go through them. So Alyssa is now going to be able to cleanse 2 status ailments from all allies. So not only is she an incredible healer, she's now also a really good cleanser option as well, which is awesome. It, I guess, is unfortunate it's not a special cleanse, but you can't have your cake and eat it, can you? Well, yeah, you can with some of the new ones. So Zaza now bypasses defensive buff. So obviously that's awesome for myself because I have her. So she can't be affected by counterattack. So the attack bypasses defensive buffs. Lando is also now a cleanser. Lily, that's just a straight up safe cleanse. Oh yeah, it is a safe cleanse. So that's actually really important because of guys like the moths and everything else that punish you for cleanses and stuff. So safe cleanse for Lando. And then the old was a cleanse. So he hasn't completely changed his skill, but having a safe cleanse is better. He's still at slow speed. I still just don't think he's that great, to be honest. Lily, so the special skill that she casts now heals the caster over time. I really wish it was a heal for everybody. It's like I kind of want a little bit more with these, but it's still decent. Because the caster is going to regenerate 1190 HP. That's its second limit breaks and emblems, I believe, at max. Special over 5 turns, which is good. It is good. Or no, it's not. It's not limit breaks, but I stand corrected. That'll be at the maximum cost of a special skill. So that's, what's it, like 200 a turn, 250 a turn. But that's after she casts her special skill. So she's probably going to be really good and tanky and meaty and beefy in Rush Wars. So I'll be looking forward to playing her alongside Ludwig in the next Rush War if I get her max by then. But special skill now reduces max HP, reduces by 500, the effect being stronger against targets with boosted health. And even the epic Man Pip has got a dealt burn damage effect where it now heals the caster. So the old was just the target nearby received burn damage over 3 turns. The new is that they not only receive the burn damage over 3 turns, but they also, the caster absorbs 20% of the dealt burn damage as health. So he's kind of like the costume version of Kalile, I think, does that, the second costume. But yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. I think they needed something added to their special skill. So hopefully this is going to be good for them. The Institute and the Forsaken families have been given buffs. So you can see a couple of thumbs down for this one. I didn't actually notice on the Magic Carpet family. Okay, we've got a couple of thumbs up and stuff, but now we're starting with the thumbs down. So the Eldritch Pact passive skill. This was one that I feel like needed something extra. So I don't know what they've done, but it definitely needed a little something extra because it wasn't that strong. The passive skill, it says, now has a chance to activate when the caster defeats themselves. So that, I don't mind that. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Boom. There we go. And I'm going to give it like a, oh no, I'm not. Please, let's not get lost in this. I'll give it like a party, what's that? Like a party horn thing. But yeah, I do like it because it means that if they bloody kill themselves, which is the whole problem with the Insanity family heroes, at least most of them, then at least they have a chance to activate that Eldritch Pact and bring themselves back as a bit of a zombie dude. I like it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. We're going to see buffs to the Super Elemental family costumes. So the Ignacio costume, the attack element is now undispellable and lasts longer for all fire allies. So the old element was 55% attack for 4 turns, and now it's 55% attack for 4 turns, undispellable, and lasts 2 turns longer on fire allies. So just giving him a little bit extra. Roz's costume, the special skill now deals extra damage against ice enemies. So what does it say? Oh, it just deals extra damage against ice. Okay, so she didn't have that. She was pretty strong, but I believe, oh yeah, she had that costume recently. So yeah, she should still be solid. And now having the extra damage against ice means obviously you can target ice enemies. Griffith's costume, he's a massive letdown. So what does it say? Special skill now grants immunity to negative mana effects. It's not going to change. Griffiths is still a trash hero. He's still trash. Glitterwez, I'm sorry, Nate, but he is still trash. Zengar costume, the special skill now heals the caster based on the damage dealt. Okay, I like that. And Doxan costume, special skill now increases fire allies attack. So giving extra 30% attack to himself and all fire allies for 4 turns. I guess it's kind of like a little extra caveat. I do like Doxan's costume. I think he's actually extremely strong with that. And now what's coming up for the Winter family costume? So we know that obviously they're going to need a boost. Costume bonus is being increased for all legendary heroes. Old was 35% attack, defense, and health. And the new is going to be 37 attack, defense, and health. Health going to be 38%. And then the 5% mana generation. And also they're going to get a costume passive skill, which is frost on minion hit. I like that, but it depends how much frost damage they do because it doesn't say that here. So the costume each hit from the minions owned by the hero inflicts frost damage over 4 turns. But how much? Like, is it 1,000 frost damage over 4? Because that's good. That's very good. Is it 600? Because that I could live with. But is it like 300? Then I'm not that interested anymore. Any amount, I guess, is good. But hopefully that's a decent amount of frost damage that's coming out there. The Mahayoddha family. Butchered that name. But Bhima and Chitrangada, they're obviously going to need stat increases. Now, I'm not usually for this, but I understand when they have had a family of heroes that's been out in the game for freaking millions of years, which they haven't been, but the power creep being what it is, because they're going to be releasing these families or this as a new family in the game with the new event and everything like that, they have to be in keeping with the same power of the heroes that are being released. Now, I don't have that big of a problem with power creep, and I think this probably is going to sound a little bit controversial coming from me because of what I've said all the way through. But what I what the thing I want I want people to understand is that I completely get that games like this, that gacha games over a long period of time like this, because obviously we're like 8 years in, you do need a certain level of power creep within the game. That ran away for a couple of years. And over the last sort of 6 months or so, I've seen a notable slowing of the power creep to where it is kind of just 1 point of power creep per hero. We're seeing jumps of 10 points and more in some cases. And then we were seeing balance updates where heroes were being updated by like 50 points in terms of their power. And I'm not talking about old heroes. I'm talking about heroes that were literally just released a week before. And the problem with that is it pushes it into astronomical territory. As it is at the moment, if we had a power creep of say 1 point per hero, and let's say they release 4 heroes a week, which is probably at or about where it is. Maybe it's like 3 heroes a week. Some weeks it's 4, some weeks it's even 5. But let's say just as an average, they release 4 heroes a week. Over the course of a whole year, so 12 months at 4 heroes a week, or 4 heroes a week, that's 50 weeks in the year, let's say. So that's like 200 points of power creep per year. So a hero that was released, let's say now at 1600, max power with second limit breaks and emblems, next year at this time would be 1800 with max limit breaks and emblems. Now, if it continues in that vein, I think it's probably manageable. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I know I got very sidetracked, but hopefully that will make sense to you guys. So I do think that the power creep is, let's cross fingers and hold toes, on the right sort of track just for now. Okay. Please, let's not get out of control. I would love it if things would go to like a complete factory reset, but that's not going to happen. Anyways, I don't want to dwell too much longer on that. So stats have been increased for Bima and for Chitraganda in preparation for the new portal that's coming out for the Mahayoddha family. The Construct family, Glacier Vault, base damage or base defense reduction is buffed from -20% to -25%. And frost damage increased from 456 to 513 over 3 turns. It's not a humongous change for him. He's still a really decent hero. Murkheim Realm for Braggy. Frostfall Strikes damage increased from 2200 to 2500. This is going to happen a lot. Unfortunately, this is going to happen a lot with the heroes where they have a capped limit of a specific number of damage. They are going to need to be working on that quite a bit to keep those heroes and those portals relevant. So yeah, I'm not surprised to see it. Thotha Moon increasing his direct damage from 310 to 340. That's not going to help him as a hero. Unfortunately, he's still just going to be pretty much gutter trash, to be honest. The costume is going to be increased up to 360. It's okay. Zimkeitha, one of the costumes that I do actually really like. So the costume, the base damage is to 240, but the max damage based on buffs dispelled is up to 420. At fast speed, potentially getting a 420% hit to all, depending on buffs dispelled, is actually pretty respectable. So I do like that for her. Glenda increased her direct damage, all right, if you're still using her against Titans or Mythic Titans. Balbar, the sleepy waste of space, they've increased his damage up to 350. Still, in my opinion, not worth it. Nima, with her sort of anti-taunt special from 250 to 280, not sure. And then Mene, actually, I do like Mene. So direct damage increased from 280 to 310. I don't know. Maybe because Mene is like kind of like an ice version of El Nadaha, but like not as good. And El Nadaha has costumes, so I just don't know why you'd be wanting to level Mene when you know there's somebody better out there. So we've got 5 thumbs down. We've got 6 craps. We've got 0 craps given. We've got 1 thumbs up, 2 crazy faces, and a cash grab to end it off. I'm going to go with a cash grab And let me add to this craziness. How do I get back to it? A cash grab and a tongue outy face. There we go. But yeah, I'm not mad at any of these balance updates. I mean, obviously we want the older heroes to have a good shot and we want like their costumes and stuff to be buffed to the moon, but let's face it, that's not going to happen. So increasing the damage is, you know, the next best thing. We have a fixed or known issue with the magic carpet heroes. New passive descriptions are missing from the list of transformed effects in some translated cards. Okay, not sure about that because I'm English and I read everything in English and the English version seems to be working fine. But yeah, that's it for the balance updates that are happening, or the patch notes or whatever they're calling it now. And in terms of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this now, but in terms of the calendar, we need to get to it somewhere. I probably passed it. There we go. Community guides, November tentative calendar. And then, right. Gem Summon Challenge. Here we go. 10th of November update. So addition of a pickup summon on the 11th featuring Bernadette and Fergus. What a pickup. I mean, what a freaking pickup summon, right? Just two monstrous slow heroes. It says Mystic Summon is enabled for this occurrence. So you get a free shot at it. And then an addition of an item summon challenge as well on the 11th of November. So for a single gem summon, this is a gem summon challenge. Let's just be clear about that. For a single gem summon, you get either 20 challenge coins, 200 super elemental coins, 200 untold tales coins, 200 pickup coins, or 2 epic hero tokens. So for the cost of 300 gems, which is one pull, you obviously get a mystic pull as well, but that's not the point. For the cost of one pull, you get 2 pulls for free. So big news is that, and that Eliotti says he'll finally participate. I don't know if Eliotti is a she, actually. Maybe I should tread lightly. Will finally participate in my first gem summon. Pay for 1 summon, get 2 extra for free. Already have more than enough for the 30x summons at the Black Friday, so can spare 300 gems for that. I think I've probably already given this a like. Yeah, I have. Good luck, Eliotti. I hope you get 1,000,000 heroes in the Black Friday summon. Go for it. So yeah, that's a really awesome update. And that's about all I've got to talk about today. I'm looking forward to the near soul exchange that's coming up, and we still don't even have a whiff. People are making crazy guesses on the chat, and I am just waiting with bated breath to see what that list holds. I'm really hoping for a really solid selection of heroes. At least at the 20 soul tier, we need some absolute bangers in there. Even at the 15s, just waiting for some bangers. So yeah, looking forward to that. That will be dropping soon. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future updates. I'll obviously put the video out as soon as I can on the Soul Exchange. Do drop us a like and share it with your friends, share it with your mother, your brothers and your sisters, whoever you want to share it with, do it. Come and join us in the Discord as well. I'll leave the link to the Discord server in the description because you can come over there and have a chat with me anytime. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.